Welcome, food travelers, to another episode here in Las Vegas. In this episode, we're heading to a new restaurant called Ole Red. And Ole Red, this one is located right by the horseshoe of Las Vegas. It's a newer location, newer building. Kind of excited to try this one, Simon.
Yeah, Mike, it was pretty interesting. I remember, I guess when we went a while back, I saw the building being built, but I didn't actually know what it was. I remember just walking by it, but not really paying too much attention. But now seeing it is actually Blake Shelton's new restaurant built in Las Vegas. I know he has a chain of these Ole Reds, but this one is the first in Las Vegas, and the location is pretty cool because it's literally right against the strip. And so, pretty much if you get a seat that's on that side, you can look right out and see all the other kind of strict activities, especially with the Bellagio fountain, which is actually just across from it. So that's pretty cool. I was really excited to try this place, hoping, with one thing, that the live music they had, which was kind of cool to have that kind of atmosphere here on the strip, but at the same time, hopefully having some really good food at the same time watching this live music.
Yeah, so a little bit of information about the restaurant. They are open Sunday to Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. And after 11 p.m. you must be 21 and over to enter. There's no reservations and it's walk-in only. So as you saw in the video, there is pretty long line, and as we left, the line just got longer. It went around the building. Kitchen hours, they are from 11 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. So after 9:30 p.m. it's just drinks only. When we came here, I remember there was actually two lines, one for the restaurant side, which is what we went into, and there, on the other side was just for the third floor, and third floor is just the bar itself only.
Yeah, I was about to mention that, Micah, because it happened so many times where people were trying to going in and they wanted food, and people kind of realized, I think they were a little bit disorganized in that sense, where they didn't really kind of made it clear what was what. But yeah, there is a line that if you just want drinks only, you can head up to the third floor and you can grab those drinks. But if you wanted to eat, then you had to go to the other main line, which was the first and second floor. So we kind of saw a lot of people kind of get turned around and go back, and they're pretty strict in terms of if you want to eat and you're sitting there, because as we went to go sit at our table, there was another group of people who actually sat on our table, and when we came to go sit down, the server actually told them, "Oh, you guys have to leave, this table's already taken." And I think what kind of happens, Micah, is people from the third floor kind of try to sneak down, and because you can go through the stairs, and they sneak down through the stairs and thinking that, okay, I'll just pick up a table that's empty after I go up, because they don't want to wait in line. But then they are pretty observant of that, and definitely all the tables are taken because the lines are so long. There's so many people who want to come in.
I'm actually kind of glad they enforce their policy, because oftentimes you go to restaurants, they will say something and do something else and never enforce anything. I think that's a really good part of this. Another thing I did also want to mention is, as you're entering the restaurant, they'll ask you how big your party is, and they'll ask you if you want to sit with somebody else so that they can get everybody seated down. Oftentimes they'll ask any parties of 5 or more, you guys want to share a table. If you do that, obviously you can sit down a lot faster.
Yeah, and then here you'll see in the video that I actually ordered the ribs. Something I wanted to try. I figured we love Texas barbecue so much, and I always like to do the comparison. And so for me, I got the ribs. It came with two sides, the mashed potatoes with cheese on top, and also some coleslaw. This was a half rack, and it's a good, decent amount of food. Of course, the price is, I would say, a little on the higher side because we are talking about strip prices. So in terms of volume of food to the price, it's decent, but it's still on the pricey side.
Yeah, and for me, I had the item called Honey Bee Hot Chicken Wings, or chicken and waffle. It's buttermilk fried chicken breast, Nashville honey, and Belgian waffles with onion straws and bourbon maple syrup. It sounded all really good. It sounded like it would be nice and sweet and kind of a little bit spicy, but I feel like they could have coated the waffles a little bit better with more maple syrup, because there are parts that when I was going through, I showed Simon, like the bottom half, you can see that it was coated with maple syrup and it's nicely coated. It was really sweet, and then in the top end, there's nothing on it, and it was pretty dry. I thought it was kind of interesting that usually with chicken and waffles, they give you like a little tin to like dunk your waffles into or your chicken for more syrup. And in this case, they did not even offer that. It was just like cut drizzled on really lightly.
Yeah, like at least for the ribs for me too. It was not a favorite of mine. Um, and I know I asked you multiple times, like, does this taste salty? For me, it just really tastes salty. It was nice and tender, which was good in terms of texture wise, but it just seemed like it was so salty and salty to the point where, like, for me to actually eat it and take a bite and actually be able to finish as much as I did, I had to take a bite of the meat plus have a whole bunch of the coleslaw to kind of balance out the saltiness and kind of reduce that. So I kept doing that. I ate all the coleslaw because that's the only way I could finish the ribs and eat it. The potatoes were nice. Those are nice and creamy and cheesy on top. I really did enjoy that. But food-wise, I wasn't quite happy with the choice that I got. I was, we discussed this a little bit later too. I was thinking like maybe I should have just gotten a burger. That might have been a lot better. But in terms of the ribs, not a favorite of mine.
Yeah, I think having a burger or even like nachos or something that probably would have been a better choice, especially for a bar setting. Even the drinks, we had I think some sort of a cowboy meal or something. It didn't taste anything like a Moscow meal at all. They did say that we could keep the mugs as a souvenir. So that is an option if you did want to keep the mugs. I did really enjoy the setting of the restaurant, being like an open area for 3 stories high, and they have large TVs. So if they do have like a sports game in the future, it would be nice to watch everything. I think the stage and everything, having the live music was really nice as well. The singers or performers were really interactive with everybody as well.
Yeah, I agree with you, Micah. The atmosphere was great. Hearing the live music and interacting with the performers out there. I think it's a little bit early since they kind of just opened as the time as we were there, and so I think maybe they're kind of a little off in that sense where maybe flavors and everything else with all the staff that's working is not quite right. So I'll definitely go try it again, especially maybe trying a burger in the future, but just probably, Micah, not in the quite near future, as there's so many restaurants in Vegas. I want to go try some other places first before I do return back here. But yeah, definitely atmosphere-wise, I really like the place.
Yeah, so if you're looking for a new restaurant, you're looking for live music, and you just want some place to hang out with friends, yeah, definitely come visit this one because it's got the nice atmosphere for a Las Vegas Strip location. And to wrap up the episode are the notables. Unfortunately for this one, there are none.
If you've enjoyed the content you've seen, don't forget to support the channel and hit like and subscribe. And if you want to see additional pictures of food and our travels, go over to our Instagram page and follow us there. And thanks for watching.